is coming, better run and go and tell them, y'all. Sound the alarm, recognize how they ball. Lift it up to the fullest, gotta be the boss.
Hey, Iceman here with a lesson in dancing. Medium tanks, dancing, brawling, getting stuck in, and doing some damage. An interesting topic in its own right, one that I've explored extensively. I've got my ass kicked many times for doing it wrong, because of course it is very, very high risk playing a tank with no armor in the very front line. Of course, medium tanks, in order to really use the maneuverability, need to be fairly close to the enemy. They are not tank destroyers. Fighting at long range is typically of limited use, and certainly the tactical flexibility of the medium tank is its main strength. Now, the brawling part. Now, I've been annoying the guys over here on my left side extensively, basically spotting, respotting, and trying to make as much of a nuisance of myself as possible. As you can see, our team are losing, we are getting overrun, and I need to do something about it. And at this point, of course, I start going in close and brawling, trying as much as I can to stave them off with rapid, unpredictable maneuvers while pushing out as much damage as I possibly can. But, alas, it is going to end badly, because any medium tank that finds itself overwhelmed by numbers is going to lose. Why do I show you this? To illustrate a point. The one point of where many people go wrong. They take their medium tank, they rush in the middle of everyone, and they try and fight their way through it. It ain't gonna happen. One, they can just ram you to death. This guy's trying. And secondly, they have much higher damage per minute output than you have. So you are going to lose, no matter how good a brawler you are. I've taken a couple with me here. I'm doing decent damage, passing the 4,000 mark, which is always nice. But alas, I cannot win. Now, here's an example of tanks working together, medium tanks doing a co-op, if you will. Now, of course, a peekaboo match with a Löwe, I might be able to win it. I probably have 20, maybe 40% of my hit points left when I'm done. Ain't gonna work, alright? Because it basically means that having taken down this Löwe, I'm no longer in a position to take any kind of risk. I have to play it very cautiously, thereby eliminating the one major strength of the medium tank, the flexibility in tactical maneuvers. If you have no ability to take risks, you cannot really be as flexible as you would like. And here comes my friend, and we mess him up. I haven't lost a lot of hit points, my friend hasn't lost any. That's a good way to do it. Now then, here's another example of putting yourself in a bad position. Medium tanks, more than any other tank, need to be very aware of their surroundings. And you will see I have enemies at my 12, at my 2, and at my 5 o'clock. There's one, he's shooting at me. Luckily, he's easy to penetrate. There's one up there. And I get some nice, fairly lucky snapped shots off. I wonder if I can shoot through here. Yes, I can, but he's not out far enough. Oh well. But anyway, despite being surrounded by 3 enemies, my mate and I still make it out alive. So once again, proving the point of not going solo. Try and work with your friends. Here's another one. Now you could go in and dance with those two, and you're going to die. So what you do is you hope they don't notice you. You play it cleverly. You rely on your very dingy armor. You notice how I'm wriggling my undercarriage while I'm moving forward, trying to do exactly that. Get them to shoot your tracks or ding you. There's no damage. That's how you do it. Now, the T-54 is a very good tank for this kind of work. You see how I just... small movements, backwards and forwards, and I make him ding. Right? He was probably aiming for one of the weak spots on top of my turret, one of the cupolas. Appears no damage, lots of tracking going on. There's an object somewhere. He's He's gonna shoot me very hard in a second. I haven't actually noticed him. There he is. Okay, so keeping myself covered. And even though I'm in this brawling tank, I could probably make it to his side. And I could probably outmaneuver him. But why would I? When I can run around the building and try and shoot him in the back. Which is much more fun as well. As it happens, this guy follows me. So this is where we try and intersperse the quick maneuvers and the tactical brawling with a little bit of brain power. And here he comes. Poof. Now then, brawling. When done right, very effective. But you need to be very aware of what you're doing and not hit the pillars like I'm doing here. Here I'm going into a full-on brawl. I have less hit points than him, but I know I can take him. I know there are no significant enemy forces in the vicinity, so I'm pretty sure I can take this guy without getting hurt. You see how I'm moving back and forth, swinging my turret, making sure he can't hit my weak spots. And there you go. Here's no damage. I keep putting shots into him. I keep going under his gun, ruining his aim. Unless he's a very experienced player, this will be hard. Off he goes. Next then, here's an E75. That's a good match. Go around him to his back, outmaneuver his turret. There's someone helping in front, which is nice. And these are the situations where you need to go in close and personal. Now then, I know there's a Jagdpanzer E100 around this corner, and everyone fears an E100. Jagdpanzer E100 as well, for good reasons. Here's how to fix it. Fix that fear of the Jagdpanzer E100. Yeah, sure, he can do a little bit of damage by trying to bully me with his big fat ass, but basically you put your tank across his rear and you keep shooting. That's it. There is no way he's getting out of this, and he knows it. He's trying now to turn. He could try and put his back up against the wall, but it is not going to work. He could have been more clever and tried to get his side onto me, but it's not really going to work for him. Here's the situation with the Jagdpanther. Now I don't know how much enemy gunpowder is in the area, but I take a risk. I know he's looking to his front. I've already hurt him. I've got full hit point. Something damaged me, need 25, not worried about that. Hit a fence, okay. Nice shooting there, mate. But this guy is clever, right? He tries to maneuver himself around and scrape me off against the building. Unfortunately, he runs out of health before he succeeds. And here we are on steps again. I'm going on with scouting. Just making sure everyone is lit up. I think I did about 3,000 spotting damage in this game. And look at that masterful wriggle with my front, making sure the T95 ricochets off me. Very risky. Don't do that at home, please. But they're all pretty worn down now, partly due to my spotting. And I think it is about time we end the show for these guys. So as soon as that 95 is killed, we can start the attack. We're down by one tank, so we do need to close it off over here pretty quickly. Nice hit, and I angle myself, and he does actually penetrate me. But still, it's okay. And as it turns out, they actually attack us. I track him right into me, he's almost dead. I use him as cover from his mate, and here he goes. There comes his... oh, he had another mate, T44, so that makes actually a 3-on-1 match, with the E50 is dead behind me. 44 doesn't hit, hits but doesn't pierce. I've got my front turn, I figured I could probably survive that hit, but out he goes. So that's how you deal with multiple mediums trying to kill you at the same time. You let your support take them out, and you don't do anything stupid until you really have to. Now, E75, actually before this, here we've been dancing around this building for quite a while, and my team is losing badly, so I do need to finish him off. On the other hand, to go in dancing with an E75 that could quite easily put his back up against the wall thereby denying me the ability to circle him, is not easy. Not easy to do, not easy to take on an E75 in a dance. I have no choice. I know he has a little bit of support. I know my team is in trouble, so I do need to do something. So I'm waiting for him to make a mistake, and as soon as he makes a mistake and I get a slight upper hand, I'm going in. There's the mistake. He's just shot, he ricocheted off me, and I'm in. I know I can get 1.5 shot off for every shot he gets off. I track him, and now I can turn around him without him being able to follow me with his turret rotation. All I need to do now is keep shooting. And he's gone. Now this one is interesting because I get myself in a bit of a bad position. So I've got a pattern up there. I figure, okay, all is well. I know there's one enemy medium. I can shoot across. This is a perfect position. I'm really happy about this. He disappeared. I'll try to... What was that? 500 damage? Oy, oy, oy. Okay, I'm in trouble now. So I'll take the shot. There's no cover. And he hit me again. This is turning bad. Okay. I need to exploit his gun depression, or lack of gun depression, and get into the hole here. And the pattern is dead, and actually it's a 2-on-1 here, plus he's got cover from the other side of the valley there. What to do? Okay, I'm gonna put myself in this hole to start with, and then see what happens. Okay, they are attacking me. So now it'll be a 2-on-1 unless I do something drastic. I need to turn it into a 1-on-1 and defeat them in detail. So I just haul ass down the hill and hopefully use my superior aiming and shooting skill as we go on. There we go, and now it's a 1-on-1. It's me against the Yak Panther. Now of course he will probably get 1 or 2 shots into me. I can definitely take 1 shot. He ricocheted, that's nice, and now it's basically a matter of killing him off. Now they are pretty maneuverable, these Yak Panthers, so be careful with that. I'll just make sure that I keep tracking him and go around him and so on. He's tracked, and I dive past his shot and onto his rear. I just track him once more for good measure. There we are. He's done. It's not gonna make this. Now, why I didn't realise was, of course, that there was an artillery shell coming my way. So, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. The purpose of this was really just to give an introduction to how you can maneuver with a T-54 type vehicle, T-54 being a very, very good tank. So I thought I'd end this with a full replay of a recent match I had. It gave me the Ace Tanker badge on the T-54. 2,311 experience, none doubled or tripled or anything. I think it was 5,000 and some damage, and more than 100,000 credits, 5 kills or something like that. Here I just stop and think. Whenever I go over there, where the Lorraine is, I die. Anyway, I'm not going to comment on this replay. I think it speaks for itself. But, you know, leave me comments below, what you like, what you don't like, and until next time, stay frosty.